Hey guys, it's Craig with Patriot Training Center. We just got done with a class this past weekend, and so we have a little bit of a sneak peek into our classes here with Jeff explaining the Mozambique drill or the failure drill. So let's get on with it.
It was one of the classic and important drills in our community here, which is the failure drill. So the failure drill started out as the Mozambique drill. Now it's called failure drill because of a lot of political mess or whatever. But anyhow, same thing. So what happened was, in Mozambique, there was an operator who was on a detail, and in that country at that time, some of these people that were doing bad things were given a particular root to chew on. I believe it was called kata, I think. You have to double check for sure on that. But what this did was it killed the nerve senses in their bodies, and they didn't feel pain very well. So what happened was, this person had a particular job, and one of these people came and was trying to do some bad things, and he put 2 rounds right there in the chest. A standard response is what that's called, 1-2, but it did nothing. So he said, uh-oh, I got a problem. Let me shoot him in the face. So at 1-2, nothing happened, problem, I'll shoot him in the face, and that fixed the problem. So then the Mozambique drill was born. He went back to Jeff Cooper, told Jeff Cooper the story, and he says, man, that's a hell of a story. That's a great drill. We probably should work on that, because we can't always count on pistol rounds stopping the threat. So then the failure drill was born. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. But what we got to understand about this drill and why we do it, the why behind what the failure drill is, it can't just be 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Why are we doing that? Okay? Why would we do it? In the case of the origin story of the drill, it was because 2 didn't work here, and he had to stop that threat immediately, so he moved up to the head. Guess what else he probably had to contend with? What was behind him? Because let's look at our targets, and we see we have a target that represents a thoracic cavity and a face, and that's a lot smaller, isn't it? So think back to the cadence drills we did. We were going chest, head, parrot, and think about quickly, carefully, precisely. So if we move up to the head, that shot takes a little more care than it does to get those 2 to the chest. So when would this be useful? I'm not asking you to answer, but I want you to think about that. When would it be useful? We have to remember, when we're shooting with pistol rounds, when we shoot the thoracic cavity, we're starting a timer. We're putting holes that are causing bleeding internally, and blood pressure is dropping, and then when their blood pressure drops enough, they'll stop fighting and they fall to the ground. When we shoot here and make that an appropriate hit, we're flipping a switch, right? We get it through that soft tissue, and we get it into the brain. That's usually the end of the story. So one good way to look at this, how long people can fight after they've been shot in a good area, is think back to, I think it was last NFL season, Damar Hamlin from the Buffalo Bills. If you don't watch football, that's okay. I'll tell you what happened. He goes to make a tackle, bam, big collision, okay? Falls to the ground, gets up, takes a few steps, falls dead. They had to revive him on the field. Everybody's probably heard that story, right? Yeah. But what's amazing about that is his heart stopped on contact. Freak thing, but it happened. But because his heart had been pumping, he had blood in his system, he was able to get up off the ground, dead, walk a few steps before he fell down. A lot of dead people have killed people in gunfights. Okay, so just for food for thought right there. So if you're ever thinking about a headshot, a couple things to consider. It's a much tougher shot to make, and you really have to think about unintended hits, okay? And think about what's behind you, okay? So let's just say, for example, that Tommy's a threat of mine right now. Errol is directly behind him. He probably wants me to have very good accuracy, doesn't he? So, and probably wants me to have very good ammo that's not going to over penetrate, right? So those are things we have to think about. We have to continue to think about those things as we train, and not just think of these as drills that we're doing for fun, or we're doing them because somebody said it was a good drill. What is the purpose behind that drill? What is the why behind that drill? And why would this be useful for me as a private citizen who's out defending myself in public? Okay, so always think about those things before you do a drill, and get that in your head. You need a game plan. Don't go shooting, go training. All right. So if you're incorporating a drill like failure into your training, What is that for? I'm at the gas station trying to go back to my car, and this thug pops out with a knife. I put 2 in him. It don't work. I got a clear backstop. Let me hit the switch. Okay, that's what this drill's for, not just fun to see how quick I can go. Right? Good. So any questions about that? All right, good. Carter's going to demo it. And what I want you to really pay attention to, just like yesterday, he's going to have to transition a target. He's going to put 2 to the chest. That standard response is not going to work. He's going to recognize that, and then he's going to transition to the face. So you're going to see his eyes go and his gun go with it, and you're going to see a controlled cadence throughout the whole process. Okay?
Hopefully.
Let's make sure we got our eyes and ears on.
Go for the ready.
You can go for the ready, yeah. Here, go ahead and draw the ready, Carter. All right, everybody's eyes and ears are on. We're in good shape. Get over here out of the other way so you can see. All right, Carter. 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Stand by. Up. Beautiful. Back down to the ready. All right, let's do that again. Watch the hands, watch the eyes, listen to the cadence change. Stand by. Up. And safely holster. Good work.
Okay guys, there's a history and the why behind the Mozambique drill and why we train it. If you guys want to get better in 30 days, there's a free 30-day dry fire program in the description. Make sure to go check that out. Tell us how you like it, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.